my exillionaires out there. Today, I just wanted to give you guys a brief takeaway from the Financial IQ Challenge. I was on live the other day and let you guys know that I was attending the Financial IQ Challenge and by Rick the Wealth Coach, my mentor. And so we had just not too long ago finished up the Financial IQ Challenge, and I had some notes that I wanted to share with you guys. And so you know what's going on, and give you guys some tidbits of what we covered today. And it's not going to be extensive, but I just wanted to share, guys. We were talking about going down the rabbit hole the other day, going by following the white rabbit, like we were talking about in the Matrix. Hello, purposely amazing. Hi, Leia. How's everyone today? Greetings, everyone. And so I just wanted to share briefly, guys. The title of the live is a wild turkey. And so what am I talking about when I say a wild turkey? So this morning when I was eating breakfast, I was looking out the window, and I live right now in a complex where there's lots of houses. There's townhouses in there. There's also lots of single family houses, and there are trees, and people are kind of pretty much right beside each other. And as I was eating, I saw a wild turkey come out of nowhere. It was very surprising, and I was like, I had said to one of my family members, "Hey, did you see the wild turkey?" And they didn't get to see it, but I just wanted to share, like, what is the deal with a turkey, right? So a lot of us associate turkeys with Thanksgiving, and that is something that you can do as well, right? Depending on your culture and where you came from. What do you think is significant for those who are live here? And whenever we do come into a community like this, guys, you want to share your name and share where you're hailing from, where are you living, and greet others when you come into the room. Okay. And so anybody in the chat, what do you think, or what is a turkey significant to you? How is a turkey significant to you? That's what I'm trying to get out. How is this a turkey significant in your life or in your past? What do you think? What do you think about that? Any takers? What is a turkey significant of or symbolic of? I'm getting strength, dominance, almost yet humble. Leah, I like that. Strength and dominance. Okay, good. And so, anybody else? What is a turkey symbolic of for you? What is a turkey symbolic of? I'm sitting there eating breakfast, and I've never seen a turkey in the area where I live. I've probably seen turkeys, not that I can remember, maybe at a distance or on TV, but I was probably less than 200 feet away from where the window is and to where I saw the turkey looking out the window. Thanksgiving, someone said Thanksgiving. Yes, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is another thing that a turkey can represent back in the days, right? We grew up learning that the founding fathers and them having a turkey or celebrating the bounty with the Indians and things like that. And so anyway, yes, a turkey can also represent community and social connectivity, right? Turkeys, they usually travel in flocks, and they represent family and teamwork. And I'm just thinking, I'm about to go into the financial IQ challenge earlier. And so I'm about to go into a place where you feel community, you feel like you're a part of the team. And that's one of the things that, and even on a live like this, you come into a community, you come into a place that represents family, that represents teamwork, that represents God, that represents bounty, right? And so that was one of the things that I looked up. Okay, what's the turkey represent? And so these are some of the things that I came up with, and someone said strength and resilience. That's also seems fitting, right? Because they're they're turkeys are a resourceful animal, right? They they're able to thrive in different environments and places, right? And although from my understanding, they don't fly significantly long distances, from what I understand, they are able to fly and hover for a short distance, but then they're on the ground as well. So they spend some time, right, in the sky. They spend some time in the heavens, right? Are you spending time in the sky, if you will? Are you spending time in the heavens? Are you talking to your creator? Are you talking to God? Okay, I'm a believer. If you've been following my channel, if you are a subscriber or not, you've seen any of my videos, you know that I share from the Bible. I share words from the Bible, and I share my faith. I share what I believe. And so it's also, a turkey has been a vital food source. Somebody said Thanksgiving. And I know that in my family we have had it, whether it's a turkey or a ham, and that would be one of the main things that we would eat. So it's a vital food source. So let's let's kind of ask ourselves this question: am I being a vital food source? Are you being a vital food source, just even spiritually, and in your area of influence, right? In the place where your jam is, okay, in the place and the thing that you're gifted at, are you being a vital food source, right? Are you like a wild turkey, right? Um, and whatever your gift or talent is, are you giving it away? Are you okay? So And so that was just something that I wanted to briefly touch on. When I woke up this morning, I saw a turkey a few yards out in a few yards away from the house, and I was like, that's just interesting because things have been happening like that to me. The one video I put out, there was a woodpecker outside my window one day, so I have a video on that, and um, and so today, guys, I just wanted to I wanted with you guys a brief takeaway. It's not going to be long because I do have an appointment here. But I just wanted to share a brief takeaway from our time today in the Financial IQ Challenge. And if I can just find my notes here. Looks like I lost my notes. So one of the reasons, also, if you've been following us, guys, you know that we operate out of an irrevocable trust, and so one of the things that you'll find when by operating out of an irrevocable trust is, or one of the things I want to say, that you want you want to receive you want to receive and reject. So what you do want is interest from a treasurer, right? You want interest from a treasury, or from the Treasury Department, actually. And so, but you don't want interest from a bank. So that's one of the main things that you'll find and you'll learn once as a trustee of an irrevocable trust, you never want to take interest from a bank. Because as soon as you take that interest from a bank, now you disqualify yourself as a creditor and as a trustee from being able um, to follow the law, which says that whatever the creditor puts into the debtor system, they're due that back yearly. And so, um, you know, you want treasury interest. And so where do I get that from? If you look up, even right now, as I'm talking, if you look up 31 USC 3123, and I had another video on this as well. So it's 31 USC, or that stands for United States Code 3123. You'll find it talks about the payment of obligations and interest on the public debt. And so, like I've been talking about before in my other videos, guys, we've grown up, we've been born into a debtor system. And so, one of the ways, this is one way, and I'll share another way at another time, something that I've already pursued and I've already have in place. But this is the one way. I'll go into the one way that I've also pursued and attained, is to become a creditor. And so how do you do that? You have a trust created, and not just any trust. There's a plethora of trust that you can have created out there. I'm sure some people can probably even name some of them off. There's living trust, there's irrevocable trust, there's revocable trust, there's spendthrift trust, and a bunch of other ones, right? And so the code here states that the treasurer, so the secretary of the treasurer, it's their responsibility to pay the obligations of the US's debt with interest. Okay, if you look it up. And so my mentor, they have a ministry trust, and they have a different trust than I have. They have a 10 times trust. I have a 1 times trust, and they got back with interest over $1 million with the trust that they operate from. Okay, and if you guys would attend the Financial IQ Challenge, you'll find that he reveals that, he shows that in those classes and in those sessions. And so another thing, one of my other takeaways from the challenge, guys, today, this is the third day today, is that a trust creates a paydex score. So these are the only two things that I'm going to talk about, and it's not going to be long. And so the trust creates a paydex score. So you can look up a paydex, Paydex. A trust creates a paydex score because remember that a trust, it has its own EIN number. And so I have a tax-free trust. Our family has a tax-free trust with a tax-free EIN number, right? And it came from the IRS. It is a foreign trust, okay? And so it operates as a foreign trust. And so, like a business can establish business credit, a trust creates a paydex score, which establishes a trust credit. So isn't that interesting? You can put your bills in a trust. So I'll just mention one of the bills that I have in the trust is my internet bill, right? But it's not, but because of how our trust is structured, it's a trust expense. And so you can also put your water, your electric, your gas, your light bill in there. And the trust by law, this irrevocable trust that we have created by law, can have its own utilities. And so we can put money into the trust. We're going to pay that bill anyway, right? You're going to pay your bills anyway. So why not pay them as a creditor and put them in the bank, which is loaning them your credit, and then pay your utilities out or from your trust, right? As the trustee. All right. And so at the end of the year, then what you would do is you would 1099 those bill companies, and you would get there. And so anyway, that's a whole nother thing for a whole other day, guys. So that was my takeaway from the Financial IQ Challenge, guys, today, that why trustees get their money back. It's just like a business. If you have a business, or if you paid too much into, gave the, you know, paid into the federal taxes too much, then at the end of the year, right, you file your taxes, you file a 1040, you file your taxes as a person, as an individual under statutory law, and you would receive money back, right? So, but a trust doesn't file taxes, right? They report trust activity. So, according to 31 U.S. Code 3123, what the creditor, well, this is not exactly what that one says, but this one has to do with the payment obligations of the treasurer to pay the U.S. debt with interest. This one that I just read to you. And so, as a creditor and acting and putting yourself in the position of a creditor, you're going to be loaning your good credit to the bank that you put, that where you have your trust account there, and then they're going to and then you're going to file the correct paperwork. So you know, I couldn't act like I knew how to file the correct paperwork for the trust, guys. This was new to me last year. You know, we got involved with this last year, so this was new to us. And so, you know, you need a mentor, you need a coach to guide you through. I needed a coach to guide me through what, you know, how to file the correct paperwork, and so we don't get frivolous filings. Okay, guys. So it's an ongoing learning process. Okay, and so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, about the U.S. Code 31 and then 3123, and how the trust actually builds credit. You can have a trust created that builds its own credit, and then be able to, you know, at some point after you have some track record of paying those bills through the trust, you can then receive trust credit, and loans and things like that. So that's what I had to share with you guys. And that's right, Jesus is King. And so, yep, that's right, 31 USC 3123. And so, guys, that's what I had to share with you. I got an appointment, so I got to get out of here. Great grace and plenty of peace. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I will share another takeaway tomorrow after the challenge. And so, until next time, guys, be well. Be like that wild turkey, right? And in the midst of what you're going through, in the midst of life, receive strength, and be resilient in the name of Jesus. Be resilient. Be resilient. Let the one who is greater in you, because greater is he that is in you, in me, than he that is in the world. Let his strength arise in you today, and be courageous and be strong in the name of Jesus right now. And so we'll see you next time, guys. Great grace and plenty of peace.